speaking of that phrase that I mentioned in the previous video, that happened between my manager and me, and then I realized, oh, I shouldn't do that. I was telling someone else about it one time, and they were saying, it's like, oh, well, now you're just being too politically correct saying you shouldn't use that. I'm like, well, no, you use that. It's like, yes, it was a joke, and then he realized it was a joke, so, no harm there, but he also realizes, that still, it was being used as a lighthearted joke insult toward the music, but the basis of the joke is against people. And like, you just didn't realize it at that point until that made it click. I'm like, so it does make a difference. And they said, no. It's like, that's just PC, that means happy. I'm like, yeah, it means happy, but that's not the way I was using it then. I was using it as a generic joke to make a joke about a music, so I was like, no, I wasn't using it in that manner. Like, yes, we can still use that word to mean happy, perfectly fine. But, but they didn't want to hear it. They were just like, no, he's just being politically correct. It's just going overboard. I'm like, no, because having people go and do harm to people for being who they are, for being just living their lives and not hurting anybody else, that all these little words, all these little things that seem harmless, they all add up over time. And it what leads to this extremism. So that's why we need to not use these as insults, even if they're lighthearted toward a piece of music, because the underlying root of it is that, well, it's an insult because I think this other thing is bad. It's like, well, that's not true. It's not that. There's these, like I said, these people are my friends, and this is where you learn things and you be open-minded. When you see things, don't just sit there and be dogmatic and go, nope, my religion or my politicians taught me that this is bad because this is the way I've been raised. Open your mind. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Would you like it if someone was picking on you and demonizing you for who you are when your beliefs aren't hurting them? Now, a lot of these extremist religious beliefs, they are actually intended to hurt other people. So I'm sorry, we do have to call that out because it is damaging. Your own religion teaches you to let God do the judgment, not you. It's in the freaking Bible. Read your Bible. He who is without sin cast the first stone. Hello? Have you heard that? So, no, your own religion teaches you not to hurt other people and leave it to God. So you be a decent person and try to do good in the world. And as long as other people aren't hurting anybody else, leave them alone. Let them live their lives. And there's going to be another part too, because I got more to say. So I'll see you in the next part.